Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Vijay Girituri, and in this video we are going to discuss about how to create EBS volume and attach and mount the EBS volume to Windows EC2 instance. So here EBS stands for Elastic Block Storage. By creating EBS volumes, we can attach that EBS volume to our virtual machine and we can use it like as an external HDDs for our virtual machine. So here you can see first we are going to create Windows EC2 instance, and after creating Windows EC2 instance, we are going to create new EBS volume with 40 GB, and after creating this EBS volume, we are going to attach this EBS volume to our Windows EC2 instance, and after attaching this EBS volume, we are going to mount this EBS volume to Windows EC2 instance, guys. So let's quickly log into AWS Management Console and let's create an Amazon Windows EC2 instance. So here you can see this is my AWS Management Console, and we need to select EC2 and we need to select instances. Right now here you can see we don't have any of the instances, and in volumes we don't have any volumes. So here you can see, guys, we don't have any volumes. So let's quickly create an Windows EC2 instance. You need to select launch instances, and here I'm giving like Windows instance, and AMI I'm going to select Windows. In instance step T2 micro is enough, and we need to select key pair. It is the login credentials for our EC2 instance, and we need to select VPC. Under this VPC I'm going to create this Windows EC2 instance, and we need to keep this in a enable state. If you keep in disable state, IP will not be allocated. So I'm going to set the security group. And when you create Windows EC2 instance, the default storage is 30 GB. So I'm going with the default storage, and directly I'm going to select launch instance. Now let's select instances, and you can see our instance is in pending state. We need to see here running state, guys. And for this we attached key EC2 key. Okay. And you can see our instance is in running state. Now we need to connect to this Windows EC2 instance. So we need to select here RDP. Here you can select RDP, and we need to give here public IPv4 address. We need to copy this, and we need to come here and we need to paste it here, and we need to select show options. So here we need to give username. So to see that username, directly select connect, and you need to select RDP client. So this is the username. I'm going to copy this administrator and I'm going to paste it here, and you need to select connect, and it was asking password. So to generate password, you need to select get password, and you need to okay, you need to select RDP, and here you can see we need to select get password. Let's try from starting, guys. You need to select this, and you need to select connect, and you need to select RDP. You need to select get password. So yes, guys, here we need to upload our private key. So this is the key EC2 key, and I'm going to select this, and we need to select decrypt password. So this is the password. We need to copy this, and we need to paste it here. When I select Control V, it will paste. Okay, and you need to select yes. So now it was connecting to our Windows EC2 instance. You can see this is our Windows EC2 instance, and it takes nearly 2 to 3 minutes to start, guys. You need to wait for that time. And I want to show you something, guys. Let's go to instances. And when we create an Amazon EC2 instance, automatically volume will be created, guys. So when I come to volumes here, so when I reload here, so when I reload this, here you can see this is the default volume which is created by this Windows EC2 instance. When we create an EC2 instance, automatically EBS volume will also be created, and this is the default storage 30 GB. And you can see when I come here, it is in use, guys, because it was using right now, it was using this EC2 instance, that's why it was showing in use. So let's come here RDP. We need to wait for some time, yes, guys. Let's refresh this. Now you can see guys, our Windows EC2 instance. This is our Windows EC2 instance. If you want to check, this is the private IPv4 address 10.0.0.0.162. So when I come here, when I select this, here you can see 10.0.0.162. So here you can see this is the private IPv4 address 34.227.197.160. So when I come here, you can see private IPv4 address 34.227.197.160. This is our Windows EC2 instance, and we have created with 30 GB. We have created with default storage. So when I select storage here, here you can see this is our EBS storage root device, and it was created with 30 GB. This is the default storage. So to check that, directly go to here and directly open file manager. So you need to select this PC, and here you can see 29.9 GB. This is the default storage, guys. So let's do one thing. Let's extend EBS volume. So directly go to volumes, and here you can see this is the default volume, guys. So let's increase this 30 GB to 40 GB, or else 30 GB to 100 GB, that up to your wish, guys. So I'm going to increase 10 GB extra. So let's see. So to increase this volume, you need to select this in EBS volume, guys, and you need to select actions, and here you can see modify volume. You need to select this, and here you can see right now we are using is general purpose SSD, which is GB2. Right now the default storage is 30 GB. So I'm going to increase to 40 GB. So if you are thinking like right now this is 30 GB. So if you want to decrease the volume, it will not accept, guys. You can see the size of the volume can only be increased but not decreased. We can only increase, guys, but we cannot decrease. So that's why the default is 30. So I'm going to increase 30 GB to 40, guys. So I'm going to select extra 10. So 40, we need to select modify, and you need to select again modify, and you can see requested volume modification for volume. So it was requested. So right now you can see this is 30. Now after some time it will convert to 40. So when I come here, you can see it is in modifying state, guys. It is in use, but it is in modifying state because we added 10 GB extra. So let's reload this, and you can see now it was converted to 40 GB. So now let's directly come here and let's refresh this. Let's open this again, and here you can see again it was showing 30 GB. So we have attached. So let's come here where we have extended our EBS volume, but we have not mounted our EBS volume in Windows EC2 instance. So to mount that volume, directly search here, create and format hard disk partitions. You need to select that, guys. Directly select create, and it will show that. And here you can see you need to select create and format hard disk partitions. You need to select this, and here you can see this is the default volume. Here you can see 30 GB, but we have increased it 10 volume extra, but it was not allocated. That means we haven't mounted this volume. So to mount this volume, you need to select here, like you need to right click this, and you need to select extend volume. So it will increase 30 to 40 GB of volume. So if you want to create new, I will show you guys here. And here you can see this is the C drive. So if you want to create another drive like D drive or E drive or F drive or any of the drive, you need to select here, right click, and you need to select new simple volume. So it will create another new disk. So right now I want to increase this volume. I want to increase 30 GB to 40 GB. So to increase that, you need to directly come here and you need to right click this, and you need to select extend volume. So I'm going to select extend volume, and you need to select next, and you need to select next, and you need to select finish. So here you can see, guys, it was converted to 40 GB. So when I come here, here you can see 30 GB. So when I refresh this, let's refresh this. Let's wait for some time, guys. It was loading. So when I refresh this, here you can see it was converted to 40 GB, 39.9 GB. So yes, guys, this is how you can increase your EBS volume. So now let's do one thing, guys. Let's create an EBS volume, and I will show you in a diagram. Same like this. Let's create an EBS volume with 40 GB or 50 GB. It may be anything. Let's create an EBS volume and let's attach the TBS volume to our Windows EC2 instance, and let's mount the TBS volume to our Windows EC2 instance. So to do that, directly come here and you need to go to volumes, and here you can see this is the default volume. You can see, guys, we have previously the default volume is 30 GB, but we have increased it 10 GB and we have added the 10 GB. That means we have allocated the 10 GB to here. Right now this is 40 GB of volume. So now let's create new EBS volume. So to create EBS volume, again I want to tell you something, guys. EBS volume is regional specific. So here regional specific is nothing but if you are creating your EC2 instance in availability zone of US East 1A, so you need to create your EBS volume is in US East 1A. If you are creating your EBS volume is US East 1B, you cannot attach that EBS volume to this Windows EC2 instance. So that's why we call it as regional specific. So let's go to volumes and let's create EBS volume. So you need to select create volume, and here we need to select GB2, and here you can see it was taking 100 GB, so I don't need 100 GB. So let's take 50 GB of volume, guys, or else let's take 20 GB of volume extra. This is I'm going to take 20 GB extra. So here you can see this is regional specific. Right now we have created this EC2 instances US East 1A. So that's why here we need to select US East 1A. And you can directly create this volume. You need to select create volume. And you can see our volume is created with 20 GB. So when I come here, here you can see it is in creating state. So it will come to available state. So when I reload this, here you can see it was converted to available state, guys. It is in available state, but we are not using this. Here you can see the in when you observe the default EBS volume, it is showing in use. In use means it was mounted to this EC2 instance. So to mount or else to attach this, when you attach this EBS volume to Windows EC2 instance, it will show in use. So right now it is in available state, and I will change this name to Windows volume 1. So here you can see I'm giving the name like for this Windows uh, sorry, for this EBS volume I'm giving the name like Windows volume 1. So let's come here first, guys, and let's close this, and let's close this also, and let's come here and let's select create. And here you can see we need to select create and format hard disk partitions. So when I select this, here it was showing only 40 GB of volume. 40 GB means here you can see this is the default volume. This is the 40 GB of volume it was showing. So we need to select this, and you need to select actions, and we need to select attach volume. So we are going to attach this volume to Windows EC2 instance. So you need to select this, and you need to select actions, and you need to select attach volume, and to which instance you want to attach this volume it was asking. So you need to select to Windows instance, and you can see for this instance I am given the name like Windows instance. So same it was showing here, guys. So we need to select Windows instance, and this is in running, and we need to select any of the name, guys. So I'm going to select HVDC. I'm going to select this, and we can directly select attach volume. So when I select attach volume, so here you can see it was showing in use. So we have attached this EBS volume to this Windows EC2 instance, guys. So let's come here. So here you can see it was showing 20 GB, but it is in offline. So let's open this. Let's go to this PC, and here you can see it was only showing 39 GB. That means it was showing only 40 GB. That means it was a default storage, guys. And we have attached our EBS volume to this Windows EC2 instance, but we haven't mounted. So let's do one thing, guys. If let's unmount this. So to unmount this, directly come here to volumes, and you need to select this. Before unmounting this, again I am showing here, you can see it was showing 20 GB of volume here. So when I select this and when I go to actions, so when I select forced detach volume, so when I select detach, it will detach that volume to Windows, guys. So when I come here, you can see it was gone. So it was working like pen drive, guys. So you can observe it was working like pen drive. So let's close this and let's again attach, guys. And I will select this and I'll select actions. It was not showing attach. So let's reload this. Let's reload this. And this is the 20 GB of volume which you have been created. So let's select this actions and you can see now it was showing attach volume. You need to select attach volume. We need to select this and we need to select any of the name and we need to select attach volume. So when I come here again, here you can see it was showing. So this is how you can create EBS volume and we can attach that EBS volume. So now let's mount the EBS volume to this Windows EC2 instance. So to mount this, you need to right click here first. Here you need to right click and you need to, right now here you can see, guys, it was in offline. Here you can see it was in offline. You need to keep this in online. So right click here, you need to select online and you can see it is in online but it is not initialized. So again right click and you need to select initialized disk. You need to select this and you need to select OK, and you can see it was showing online but we have not allocated. So when I come here, you can see we have kept to online but we haven't initialized the disk. That means we haven't allocated. So to allocate, again directly come here and you need to right click here and here you need to select new simple volume and you need to select next. And here you can see this is the 20 GB of our volume, guys, and it was converting to MB, 20,477 MB. It was 20 GB of volume, guys. So you need to select next and here you can select any of the disk name, like here when I come here, you can see this is the C drive. So like this you can give any of the name, guys. So here let's go with D disk. Let's select D disk and let's select next and next and you need to select finish. So here you can see, so when I come here, so here you can see it was showing 20 GB of volume, it was attached. So it was mounted to our Windows EC2 instance. So this is how, guys, you can create your EBS volumes and we can attach that EBS volume to our Windows EC2 instance. Same like this, you can attach this Windows you can attach this EBS volume to this EC2 instance and you can mount this EBS volume to Windows EC2 instance. And now let's do one thing and let's create another EBS volume and let's mount that volume also, guys. For best practice I am showing this. So let's go to volumes again and here you can see right now we have created 40 GB. This is the default and this is our custom EBS volume and you can see it was showing here in D disk we have created with 20 GB of volume. Now let's create another EBS volume, guys. So directly select create volume and here I'm going to select GP2 and here I'm going to select now 10 GB of volume, guys. Right now I'm creating 10 GB and here we need to select availability zone and we need to select create volume and you can see new volume has been created. It is in creating state. We need to see here available state. So let's reload this and you can see it is in available state, guys. So we have created EBS volume but we haven't attached that EBS volume to Windows EC2 instance, so that's why it was showing available. When you attach this EBS volume to this Windows EC2 instance, automatically it will show same like this, guys. It will show in use. So let's attach this. Direct we need to first let's give the name, guys. I'm going to give here Windows Volume 2. So here you can say I've given Windows Volume 2 name. So you need to select actions and you need to select attach volume. So here we need to select instance and here I'm going to select XVDB. So before selecting attach volume, let's come here and let's come here, guys. Right now here you can see we have only two disks, C disk and D disk. This is the external disk, guys. We have been created And now let's select here attach volume. So when I select attach volume, so when I come here, it will show another EBS volume. So here you can see guys, it was showing another EBS volume, 10 GB of volume. So when I go back and when I select this and when I select force detach, so when I select detach, it will remove guys. So when I come here, now it was removed. So you can understand guys how it was working. So let's again attach. Let's reload this and let's select this and you need to select actions and you need to select attach volume. So here you can see guys, it was not showing. When we select attach, it will show guys. So you need to select instance, you need to select this Windows instance and I'm going to select XVDB. You need to select attach volume. So here you can see it is in use because we have attached this EBS volume to Windows EC2 instance. We have attached with 10 GB. So let's directly come here. Here you can see it was showing. Now directly perform that actions again guys. Directly right click and you need to select first online and again right click and you need to select initialize disk and you need to select OK. And after we have initialized but we have not allocated, so when I come here you can see it was showing only C disk and D disk. C disk which comes with the 40 GB of memory and D disk, this is the external disk, it comes with 20 GB of memory. Here you can see this is the 20 GB of memory which we have been created previously and now we created 10 GB of memory. So to attach this, so sorry, not attach, to mount this, directly come here and again you need to right click here and you need to select new simple volume and you need to select next and this is the MB guys, 10,237 MB, that means this is 10 GB of memory guys and you need to select next and you need to select next. Let's come back here, you can select any of the disk name guys. So my name is Vijay, so I'm going to select V. So I'm going to select next, I'm going to select next and I'm going to select finish. So here you can see guys, it was mounted. So when I come here, here you can see it was mounted. 10 GB of memory, 9.99 GB. That means it was 10 GB of memory has been mounted to this Windows EC2 instance. So this is how you can create Windows EC2 instance and you can create EBS volumes and you can attach that EBS volume to this Windows EC2 instance and you can mount that volumes same like this guys. So here you can create whatever you want, files and everything you can create whatever you want guys. So let's come here and let's detach that volumes. So yes guys, I want to tell you something and this is all about this video. And in this video, we have created EBS volumes and we have attached that EBS volumes to our Windows EC2 instance and we have mounted that volumes. Here you can see we have mounted that volumes and everything and we have increased our default volume. The default storage which we have created 30 GB but we have increased this to 40 GB and we have mounted that 40 GB here you can see we have done this. Now let's do one thing, let's remove that EBS volumes. So to remove that EBS volumes, this is the default volume, we cannot remove. So if you want to remove this, you cannot remove guys, this is the default volume which is created by this Windows EC2 instance, so we cannot remove. Let's try to remove guys, but we cannot remove. Directly select this, go to actions. So when I select detach volume, then select detach, it will throw an error. You can see fail to detach volume because this is the root volume we cannot remove. So this is the external volume which you have been created with when we have attached that volume and we have mounted that volume. We can remove this guys, but we cannot remove the default volume. So now let's try to remove 10 GB of volume. Here you can see, let's remove this. So directly we need to select this and we need to select actions and we need to select force detach volume or we need to select detach volume and detach and you can see successfully detached volume. So when I come here you can see V drive has been removed, that means 10 GB of volume has been removed. So again let's remove this also guys, 20 GB of volume. So let's select this 20 GB of volume and you need to go to actions and you need to select detach volume. So when I select detach volume, it will remove successfully detached volume. So when I come here Here you can see D disk also removed. So this is how you can create EBS volumes. We can attach that EBS volume to our Windows EC2 instance, and you can mount that EBS volumes to this Windows EC2 instance, and we can detach this EBS volumes. So let's remove this. Let's remove these two volumes, guys. After completing your lab, try to remove this volumes, guys, because Amazon will charge some of the money from you. So that's why we need to remove this. We need to select this, and we need to select actions. And here it was not showing. Okay, let's select one. Let's select action. And we need to select delete volume, and we need to select here delete. And you can see one EBS volume has been removed. And let's remove this EBS volume. Actions, and we need to select delete, and we need to select delete. So we have removed our custom EBS volumes. And if you want to remove this default volume, we cannot remove, guys. When I select here, you can see it was not showing even option. It was not showing option. We cannot remove the default volume. So yes, guys, here you can see we don't have external HDD volumes. And yes, guys, this is all about this video. And if you like my video, please do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. And see you in the next video. And bye.